Hello everyone, the Bearded Thumb here. How y'all doing today? So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make, or mix, whatever you want to call it, the Pangaea Gecko diet food. I have two crested geckos, and this is what I use for them. And it's kind of easy, but on top of showing you how to mix it, make it, whatever you want to call it, I'm also going to give you a little more information and give you little tips that could help with actually doing it. So as a general rule, without showing the entire instructions in the bag, for the most part, it's a powder that you mix with water, and you just, mix it to the thickness that you like. But I will say, read the instructions on each bag specifically, because, for example, this one here, the staple one I have with the insects, that one, it says you can leave in the tank up to 48 hours, whereas this one says no more than 24 hours. But like I'll show you as this video goes on, with this one here, with the insects, you will need to freshen it up at one point because it does not maintain its thickness. It just starts to harden up to where it's probably not very easy for them to consume or eat. So without further ado, let's get started. What I usually do is, since I leave them in for 2 days at a time, I'll do 2 feedings of this that last 4 days, and I'll give them like this as a treat. I just feel this has more stuff in it, so that's why I use this as a staple. Plus, I could buy a big-ass bag of it. So, let's open this up. Just a Ziploc bag. That's what it looks like, just like powder. I know you see with insects, and you probably think, there's like big chunks of bugs in there. No, there's not. So, I'll get my little scoop out here. I will say this scoop does not come with the food. This scooper actually came with the Zoomed brand food, which is the very first thing I bought when I was getting ready to get them. But once I saw how much I was using, those bags are pretty little, and I decided to start buying in bulk. Plus, I feel that Pangaea offers more complete nutrition for them compared to the Zoomed. But I kept the little scooper because, hell, it's easy. So I have 2 lovely little girls that I gotta feed. So what I'll do is take 3 scoops. 1. I said 1. 2. And come on. 3. And I personally like to do, for every 1 part food, 2 parts water. And I've also found this for both the initial mixing plus the freshening up. This is, I think they're sold as like tattoo squirt bottles or tattoo artist squirt bottles. And they are really nice because, as you'll see here, try to get it to focus on them. Makes it really easy to just fill it up. Then 1, 2, 3, 6. Alright, so now it kind of looks like this before I go ahead and mix it up there. Now, what I like to do is take something like a small knife or fork, spoon, etc., and then just go ahead and stir it. Give it a chance to just thicken up to your liking. Like I said, you could use a knife, fork, toothpick. I know I've seen some things online talk about using a toothpick, but I make quite a bit of it, so I don't think a toothpick would be very useful. So, fork or a knife for sure. Alright, so in a minute I'll show you what it looks like when it's freshly done. But over here, through the magic of TV, I have what it looks like. This I gave them just under like 24 hours ago. And using my handy dandy knife, as you can see, it's not as thick as it once was. It's I don't know how well you can see there, but it did have a bit of like a crusting on the top. But it's still a little smoothie-like. But keep in mind, a lot of times geckos won't drink directly out of like a water dish. So they either get their water from the mixture of this, or more realistically, off of like the plants as you mist their tank, or off the wall. That's where they're most likely going to get their food from. So like what I would do ordinarily if I was using this again, which I'm not going to because I just made fresh food. Ordinarily I would have just freshened this up. But this is really helpful. Like once again, the bottle, I'll just do a little drizzle of water in there, stir it, and then call it a day. But since I wanted to make this video, I decided to just do fresh food tonight for them. If anyone is going to ask in the comments where I got this particular bowl from, it was actually, it came with my tank. I bought a, from the store PetSmart if you're in America. They have their own in-house brand called Thrive that make really, really good tank starter sets. I've been very impressed with them. I have two of them. One that I have my geckos in, my two geckos in, and then another that I have a veiled chameleon in. They work really well. I've been very impressed with them. I also used to have one I had my bearded dragon in before I upgraded him to a Zen Habitats when he got, because I think the largest they came in for the desert animals was a 40-gallon. And yeah, if you know bearded dragons, they get a little too big for that. So now that I got those cleaned out, I'm going to show you how it comes out when it's freshly brewed. I know, it does not look very appetizing. It smells pretty good, though. Like in an older video I had where I showed canned insects that I was gagging because the crickets smelled like absolute terrible. This actually smells pretty good. It has a very fresh, fruity smell to it. Unless you're like some people I know who don't like the smell of fruit, then you probably wouldn't like it. But it's got more of a fruity smell to it. It doesn't smell like, how it kind of looks like sewage. Or it does not smell as bad as it looks. I wouldn't eat it though. And no, I have not tried eating it because that's just nasty. So, like I said, I mean, you can make however much you need, but just try to keep it to the 1 part food to 2 parts water. It's just a general rule. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I mentioned these. They're like I said, I think it's sold on Amazon. They call it like tattoo water bottles or something, because tattoo artists do use them when they're tattooing people. But yeah, that'll bring us to the end of this video. And if you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, follow me on Facebook. Link to the Facebook page is in the description down below. If you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Anyone who's regular on this page, I try to be as responsive as possible to comments. It might take me a little bit, but I usually do try to get around to it. I'll answer them best I can. And then, on the other hand, though, like I was saying earlier, if you did not like this video, however, and feel no should ever be subject to watching this crap ever again, thumbs down, negative comment, and until next time, this has been the Bearded Thumb. Have a good one.